pain is not always worthless, so it must always be hated. Because maybe the pain will actually get good for someone. Usually, the sincerity of a prayer appears when pain strikes. Likewise with the sincerity of the heart that is always spoken when the pain is felt. It is hard work and a heavy burden when studying, which has led a student to become a leading scientist. He had gone to great lengths, at the beginning of the journey, so that he could enjoy the pleasures at the end. The effort of a poet to choose words for his verse has resulted in a very captivating literary work. He, with his heart, nerves, and blood, has dissolved, with his toil, so that his poems are able to stir feelings, and shake the heart. The efforts of a writer have resulted in a very interesting writing, and full of examples and hints. It is different with a student who likes to live extravagantly, is not active, has never been in trouble, and has never been in a disaster. He will always be lazy, reluctant to move, and easily discouraged. A poet who has never tasted the bitterness of trying, and has never tasted the bitterness of life, then the strings of his songs will only feel like a collection of cheap, worthless words. Because the songs only come out of his mouth, not from his feelings. What he said was only his reasoning, and not from his conscience. Examples of the best life, those who lived in the early days, they were people who had strong faith, kind heart, simple language, and broad knowledge. They feel the harshness and pain of life. They have felt hunger, poverty, expelled, hurt, and had to be willing to leave everything they loved, tortured, and even killed. And because of all that, they are also the elect. They became a sign of holiness, a banner of wisdom, and a symbol of sacrifice. In this world, many people are rich because they worked hard in the future. Therefore, don't be sad if you are struggling, and don't be afraid of the burdens of life, because maybe the burdens of life will be a strength for you, and will be a pleasure one day. If you live with a burning heart, burning love and a passionate soul, it will be better and more honorable than having to live with cold feelings, withered spirits, and a weak soul. Thus, the expressions are so serene, the regret is very heavy to say, and the screams are heartbreaking. It all illustrates how the pain overflows from the heart of the poet who has experienced the pain and the misery of life for himself. He was like an advisor who had also felt what he was saying. And go home. Usually, the words or advice of people like that. I have also read articles containing advice, which are not in the slightest able to move the hair of a hearer, and are not able to move a single atomic point in his body. All of that, none other than because the advice did not come from the mouth of someone who had directly experienced and lived a sadness and misery for himself. Go into it first, touch and feel and absorb it. You will be able to give a touch to the community, and never give up. Because you must always be optimistic and believe in what we have and believe in each of our abilities.